it's me, April Kamaya. You have reached my review for Ready to Love, Season 4, Episode 9, Secrets and Betrayals. So, you guys, let's just get right to it. So, we start off by David and Liz. They're trying to get the first talking point across from the last episode. That's where they left us. David's trying to talk, Liz trying to talk. Ultimately, David has self-eliminated. Liz is like, why you didn't tell me? Basically, she thinks that he self-eliminated because he knew he was wrong and he was going home anyway. I think that's why he self-eliminated. I really didn't like David. I already knew that he was kind of crazy. And I don't like using those words, but in my head, I can see that he had a lot of pain behind him. I don't think he is ready to love. I think he is a jealous guy, and those insecurities came out, and it's very evident. So I could see I saw that from David, like from the very beginning. But me trying to give someone the benefit of the doubt, I was thinking, I'm not gonna judge. Maybe he just been through stuff. But anyway, he's gone, and I'm glad he's gone. So Liz can try to work Jason, which that's not a good relationship either. Liz should self-eliminate because there's no one there for her. Jason is trying to act like he's into Liz, but that's not gonna work. So we switch over to Alexis talking to Ron because Ron was in the bottom as well, and basically she tells him that he's not ready to love, and of course he goes into his little condescending ways. What does he say? That he loses respect for her, and that he thought that she would make better choices. So it's like, okay, like I figured before, Alexis has been playing a game and Ron has been playing a game, because all along y'all been talking on the phone. So what was that? Like, you guys weren't having any kind of conversations about religion, spirituality then? Like, I'm not understanding how it just flipped, because Ron, you chose Alexis as your number one. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not understanding, So he's gone. But then he decides to tell Alexis that Ron had a date with Amber and that they kissed. Okay, so that lets me know you were just playing a game as well. Both of you guys were playing a game, and you should have kept Chrysanthemum and let Alexis go, because Chrysanthemum is better off with you. You guys are two shallow people. Ron says that in his confessional that they're opposites, that he wasn't having fun. So again, why did you choose Alexis? Y'all were opposites. You weren't like you. Basically, I can't tell if you're just saying that because you got eliminated or it's the truth and you were just playing a game. To me, you were just playing a game, and there it goes. So the men head off to the gentleman's lounge. They realize that two men are gone, Ron and David. So Tommy is sending them on the ranch so that the couples can get to know each other. Obviously, there's a numbers game, and the women outnumber the men. So there's 5 women, 4 men. So obviously that is going to be an issue later on, but we'll see that unravel as the episode goes along. So Alexis is uneasy about AJ because she says that she hasn't been able to talk to AJ since Ron has been eliminated, and she's kind of uneasy about where they stand. Alexis is probably going to be the next one to go, I'm pretty sure. And Kyra feels her experience with AJ is progressing in a better, like a growth type of situation for the better, but she still is, I think, leaning, Jason is her number one, so she's leaning more towards Jason, but she's still kind of in this kind of limbo stage since she is feeling AJ still. Amber and Chris are still vibing, as they say, or as Amber say. Me personally, I do not feel the chemistry. I think they have enough chemistry to make it work, to lead them to the end. But as far as outside the show, I don't see them together. She's a district attorney, he's in the radio. I just don't see any connection at all. I see enough for a TV show, but I don't see enough for love. And Vernisha still wants Joel, but Joel has picked Kyra as her number one, and we will see. Well, Amber is itching to tell Vernisha that Joel has picked Kyra as her number one. So Amber proceeds to tell Bernicia, like, Kyra is your number one, right? And so Joel's taken back because he's like, what? Like, I'm supposed to be able to tell her that. And then who told you in the first place? Of course, it was probably Chris. Like, duh. So Bernicia obviously is taken back, like, you know, like, you wasn't going to even tell me this until Amber said that. And it's like, we have one disagreement and then you jump over to Kyra. Like, that doesn't make sense. And then Joel was like, well, it wasn't because of that. Okay, well, multiple disagreements. Regardless, we're going to have disagreements from here until eternity. 50 years if we're married, right? So regardless, if we have a disagreement, then that quickly sways you to somebody else that you barely know. Like, I don't know if I'm missing something, but I don't remember Kyra and Joel dates. And if they did they have one or two? Like, I don't remember. So I'm kind of confused on that. Bernicia is confused and is feeling played, and I agree. Like, Joel, like, at first I thought they had chemistry, and then somehow between her being clingy and arguments, and now all of a sudden he's like, I don't want to be with her, but kind of stringing her along to go to the end. But at this point, I'm like, girl, you need to self-eliminate. So the ladies start talking about pretty much what they expect or want from the guys from the rest of this experience. And Kyra starts explaining that she's undecided. She's not sure where she wants to go because she's in between AJ and Jason. And of course, Alexis is sitting over there, seems so bothered because she hasn't made a decision and she doesn't understand Kyra because she's a lawyer. And, you know, just like, you're so bothered, but just like a week ago, you were sure it was going to be Ron, and you really wasn't even thinking about AJ. AJ was a backup plan, and now that you're with, well, you have no other choice but to go towards AJ. Now you trying to make it seem like Kyra is, like, trying to play the man, and it's not even like that. And as she said, you know, she's not going to make a decision based on who chose her. And I'm glad she said that in front of Alexis. I'm not going to just choose anybody because that's what you want me to do. I'm going to weigh my options and see who's best for me. That's what I would do. Jason and AJ, they both want Kyra. But AJ knows that Kyra has a better connection with Jason. But he feels like he's giving her that space to have those connections, but he's not going to just, like, linger around. He still likes Alexis, and so I guess now he's torn in between Kyra and Alexis because now, well, you know, Alexis is available, so it's like I can pursue her and she's going to want me because Kyra's not sure. So all these people can self-eliminate. Like, this show can, like, end right now. Like, everybody literally just self-eliminate because no one has a connection. Like, everyone just go. So AJ and Kyra, Jason, Liz go on a horseback riding double date, which is pretty fun. I can't wait to do that. I've never done that. Scared of horses, but I want to go horseback riding, so I can't wait to do that. AJ and Kyra is still having their chemistry, of course, together. Jason and Liz, like, they literally seem like mother and son to me. Like, she seems way more mature. I feel like he can get to, not saying that he's immature, I feel like he can get to that point, but it's still, I feel like I'm not sure if it's a real age difference or she just brings off that vibe. But I'm pretty sure there's an age difference. But it just gives me mother and son vibes. Like, ugh. Like, I really cringe when I see them on screen. Ugh. So back at the house, Joel and Vernisha are trying to talk things out. is obviously bugging Vernisha about him picking Kyra as number one, because that would bug the hell out of me too, because that makes no sense. We have all this chemistry. I've been picking you as my number one, and you pick Kyra, and you have no reason, but we had a disagreement. That's it. You have no other reason. Not that you have chemistry with Kyra. You know, I also have a connection with her. Nothing. You picked her based off of what was going on with us. That says a lot about you. So Vernisha is like expecting an apology, rather than what Joel is talking about. He just spitting just nonsense. He doesn't understand. Well, she doesn't understand why he's just willing to just throw something away because we had a disagreement. He keeps saying that he just said something and he just said it in a moment. It could have been Alexa's name. Like, you know, I just said a name. So he's not really getting the significance of it. Maybe as women we are overthinking it, but for me it's like, if I'm dealing with somebody and legit we are feeling each other, supposedly we are each other's number one, but when someone asks you who you gonna walk away with in this moment and you pick someone else, that lets me know everything I need to know. So she's pissed. She storms off. She's like she's done. She's just through because he's just not getting it. Chris tries to come inside and trying to talk it out. Like, bro, you need to like own up to what you did. Like, own up to it. And he's not getting it. It seems like he says he is, but I just feel like he's not getting it. Jason and Liz, they say they are enjoying each other's company. Again, to me, it's cringy. Like, literally, I don't know if I miss anything in the scene because it's literally, I couldn't even watch it. Like, I can't. All of a sudden, she's feeling Jason. You know, all of these dates are so romantic. Blah, 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 blah. You have no choice. David left, so you have no choice but to feel Jason. So they kiss again. It's cringy. Now he has to explain how he kissed her twice. So I think once he tells Kyra that he kissed her, if he tells her, I think Kyra is gonna move to AJ. Because again, you've kissed them twice. I'm not sure if he kissed her. I think, oh, they have kissed. So I'm not sure. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see. Okay, so everyone gathers in the game room to eat dinner that Joel pleasantly cooked. It looked good for the most part. So Joel wants to make it better with Vernisha because he still feels like, you know, there's some kind of tension going on. He finally apologizes, but he also does this thing where he like keeps complimenting her and kind of, you know, kind of soften the blow. You know how guys do. They do something wrong and they start to like butter you up. Again, for some reason, Joel to me, like in the beginning, I felt like he wasn't trustworthy. Then I softened up to him. And then he did that thing, that switcheroo, and named Kyra as his number one. And then I was like, see, I knew I had a feeling about you. I don't trust Joel, like, at all. I think he, you know, that little accent and the baby and all that, he thinks, like, that works on women. And he knows that. And he's seen that throughout his life. And I think he uses that to his advantage. But he's slick. He's a slick one. I don't trust Joel. So Alexis and AJ are off to the side talking. Alexis is upset because she hasn't been communicating with AJ like she wants to. Not getting no response, no communication. AJ's annoyed because he feels like they've already talked about their issues. It's like, I like you. We've already talked about this. What's the problem? He says that he doesn't like that. He feels like she needs reassurance of how things are all the time. Or to me, I'm like, well, you're at a dating show. Of course, she wants some type of reassurance. But again, she was just with Ron and kind of liking Ron more too. So it's kind of like, excuse me, y'all. It's kind of like you want me to reassure you while you're kind of doing your thing with other men. Like, so it's like you can't have it both ways. So AJ is like telling her you just need to relax and stop just looking at every single situation and blowing it up out of proportion. So everyone starts playing the game. Of course, someone suggests truth or dare. So it starts off with fun questions. Some of the truth questions that they asked or dares that they did was fun. And then it kind of starts to get kind of serious. They start asking Jason the truth about how he feels torn between the ladies he's torn between. And they ask AJ, the ladies who he's torn between who he's torn between, which is Kyra and Alexis. And he basically says Kyra is something familiar. I've been there. I kind of know her. And Alexis is someone new that you're getting to know. And almost everyone's been in that situation where you are kind of stuck between someone that you kind of like you already know, and then someone that's just freshly new that you like too, and is giving you like kind of like butterflies type of situation. So that kind of helped me explain kind of his position, because AJ doesn't really talk a lot and he doesn't explain like his feelings and communicate. So a lot of times I don't even know, like I just thought he's just on the game to just be on the game, like on the game. I'm calling the game show, a TV show, whatever. He's just on there for, I don't know, a paycheck, I guess. So Liz starts to explain her experience with David with the elimination of, all that, them bickering and trying to get a word in on each other. So they're kind of, shocked by that. And then also Alexis starts to explain her exit scene with Ron. And we already knew that she's been she's been waiting to kind of get this off her chest. So basically she drops the bomb of what Ron said, that basically Ron says, well, just so you know, I went on a date with Amber and we kissed. So everyone's looking at Amber, even Chris obviously didn't know that information. So everyone's looking like, okay. So the episode ends and that's it. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens next week. Like I said, everyone can self-eliminate. Like, we can end the show right now. Ready to Love, like right now. We don't need no more episodes. Next week it's not the end of the show. So we got 2 or 3 more episodes. Like, why? Let's just self-eliminate everybody. No one has chemistry. Everyone seems confused. I want this, I want that. I feel like everyone's trying to see how each other acts, with each other, and it's kind of getting on my nerves. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens next week. They're stringing this along. I was hoping that someone got eliminated and no one did. So hopefully someone will get eliminated, 2 or 3 people, because like I said, 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 of them could self-eliminate. Like, seriously, how many is left? 9 people. So about 6 people could self-eliminate, like right now. So you guys, that's the end of my review for Ready to Love. Come back. Make sure you rate. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Again, I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. Please help me do that. I know I need more content and I'm working on that. So please, please, please like, comment, and share my video. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Okay, you guys take care. All right, bye.